All right, guys, day 2 of the Thrive Conference, Black Men in Tech. We're back in the beautiful North Florida of Weston, and a lot of people are having a good time, as always.
A lot.
I'm sitting here with my man, Dunnie West. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing blessed, brother.
Appreciate you. We actually just ran into each other, and we actually know a mutual friend that I went to high school with. So that's
which is insane. Very small world.
Yeah, very small world indeed, man, indeed. So before we actually get started, I wanted to get to have the audience to know like a little bit about you, like your background and pretty much how you became the man that you are today.
Oh, yeah, cool. Dunnie West. I'm a creative director. I started very young. I hate aging myself, but I was very much popping on MySpace. I was doing a lot of artist layouts at the time, which was like my first real introduction to like the industry. From there, it kind of gave me this portal to like, wow, like music artists actually could be like my thing. Like I could work with them, I could take advantage of their music, make music video treatments, I could do this whole thing, right? I love the ecosystem. So that kind of just like thrusted me in, even though I really wasn't sure that's what I wanted to do, but I love music. So I was like, oh, fuck it. That led me into working with pretty much like every artist I ever wanted to, but I never was as hands-on as I'd like to be. So I took a lot of great leaps forward, and I was able to push past having gatekeepers, and I started to work with artists one-on-one, which really opened up the creative world to me, because having that relationship with artists opened up their ventures to my world. So instead of just only worrying about an artist's music video or single album artwork or something like that, they started launching products. Artists are starting to own businesses. So I started to become intertwined with their day-to-day operations, and that started opening up the other avenues of creative. So before I knew it, I went from MySpace to launching product to launching liquor, movies, television, all through the portal of MySpace back in the day.
Dope, man. Proud of you on that. So with all the achievements you pretty much had so far, appreciate you taking the time here to pretty much come to the Thrive Conference and speaking to us and having a dope panel. But my question is that when you come to these type of events and these type of conferences, especially to like the Black community for us, like how important is Thrive Conference to a community like us?
I mean, honestly, these type of conferences, Thrive, it's crucial, right? I go back to I was asked this a few times this week, like how important this would have been when I was coming up. When I was coming up, the information was so scarce, right? I give a good example of like when the world found out what auto-tune was the same level of getting any information on what it means to enter into the industry, how to be a creative, how to be an independent creative. Shit was so guarded, right? It's like everybody was so guarded with trying to make sure like they're the only ones, and especially within our own community too, right? You have a lot of younger people coming in with more fresh ideas, better takes, better adaptation to the technology. All these older folks, who went a more traditional route, weren't really open to that. So like finding those mentors,
trying to hold the secrets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were being a bunch of herbs about all this shit. So it's like it was very difficult, right? I remember a lot of times too, like I tried to have mentors, I tried to take on managers, I tried to like find those people who I thought were going to be those gatekeepers to give me that information, and all they really did was really hold me in a place for them to take advantage of my ambition and my knowledge and my creativity. So now you have conferences like this that just get rid of all the herbs. They put all the right people in place. They give information straight to you. And if after that you don't know what to do, then shit, I don't know what to help you. But it's not necessarily these things are so crucial though, because now it's like you have the information, you have the opportunity, you know exactly where to go get it. Then it's on you how you're going to apply that after you get it.
Yeah, and then competition brings excellence at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So like that's definitely one thing. So with you being a creative and a high collaborator, I should definitely say, when it comes to moving different pieces and all that. We all know that technology is very, very involved into everything when it comes to sports, when it comes to entertainment, everything. But like specifically when it comes to creativity and pretty much making content and pushing content, how important is tech to that?
Oh, I mean, it's literally, it goes hand in hand, right? It's marriage. Technology is only going to amplify and find better new ways to get your content out there. So you have to embrace it on all platforms, all outlets. Even just right before this, right? I was making corny little jokes about the microphone, the road bike. Like just even me knowing the new type of microphones that are coming out help potentially like new content situations we're going in, right? If I'm doing a docu-series and I know it might be really, really run and gun, I need to know what tech is happening, you know, on analog and digital and physical. I need to know everything because it just better lends into making the best end product with that content.
And then how do you actually keep up with all this like technology when it comes to your profession? Because I mean, it hurts my brain. I mean, me being a content creator, having all like the production and all that, it's one thing, but like with you specifically, we're working with like, you know, high-end brands, like, you know, very, very like astute, like, you know, like A-list people. You got to be on top of your game when knowing your tech. So like, how do you keep up with that?
You know, two things, right? People are gonna laugh about this one. Yo, TikTok and Reels be putting me on game to a lot of stuff.
Really?
Right?
Okay.
Like, I'll run through those hashtags and I'll find all these content creators who are like, yo, here's 60 seconds what you need to know about the new Sony A7, da-da-da, right? Like, I'll use a lot of those little teases to like start finding out what's new and then to dive in deeper, right? But it's like literally a free menu of information. Might as well take advantage of it. It doesn't matter just because it's on fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
Somebody still went and did the research and they're just providing it to me. So I take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And then second, you know, when I come around great production people or great people in the field, I'm very open collaboration and asking questions. Like, I have no problem. It doesn't matter if I'm the one directing the set. If I see something I don't know, I'll be like, yo, Joel, yo, Nico, like, what the hell is this? Like, what does this all the way do? And, like, I just love that open dialogue because at the end of the day, not everybody is going to know everything. Yeah. But constantly seeking the information and being humble enough to ask questions, no matter where you're at, is always going to give you the competitive edge. Because if you want to walk in the room and act like you're that dude, guess what? I'm pretty sure the 18-year-old knows more than you.
Probably.
He's just not in charge yet. But
exactly.
Like, so you got to be more willing to have those conversations. Even a few minutes ago, there was a young man who wanted to show me his designs and his tattoo stuff or whatever, though. Like, I could be mad arrogant and be like, nah, I'm good. It's like, nah, bro, like, what do you have? Like, you may have something I've never seen before. Like, it's all good. Like, if you're willing to come talk to me, hell, I'm willing to listen.
Yeah.
So.
No, definitely. And if you're pretty much willing to do that, then everybody else pretty much needs to, because it's like, you know, everybody has a moment to pretty much come up, and, you know, being humble is definitely, you know, like the way to go. So, quick question. So, obviously, you know, this company, you know, is called Black Men in Tech, but let's just focus on that real quick. Specifically for black men, what are your opinions and what are your thoughts on how vital tech is as far as them getting involved?
Ooh.
Another kind of like a loaded question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one's loaded. That one gets deep.
Yes.
That one starts rolling back the last couple of years and stuff too. I mean, when you start looking at like how as many access points that there are where we could be just crucial in having input, crucial in helping shape and change the narrative on things. Like, especially when you just see how disproportionately we're treated all the time too, right? When you think of any different way where technology could potentially lend a hand in helping, right, or helping ease a situation or bridging a gap, if we're not in the room, you're missing out, right? Like, and I don't know all the ranges of tech because it is a very loaded question though, but like, if you just think about something, if it's like down to fucking facial recognition software.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Like, why the hell would you not have us in the room? Why would you not have people who look like us who can help give cultural nuance to things that, like, you know, somebody from a different race may not truly understand, right? At the end of the day, we all know every race says everybody looks the damn same, right? That's why you always have to have those people in the room to help blend in those cultural things to help make a better product. So.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. No, that's definitely great insight. All right, cool, man. I know you got to run, so I have this one question that I always ask people who are involved, who's the speakers, pretty much. I need 3 thoughts or 3 phrases when you think of Black Men in Tech and Thrive Conference. Like, what comes to your mind?
Yeah, Black Men in Tech. Lead with the work. Be unapologetic. And stay humble.
Powerful words, man. I appreciate you. Mr. Dunnie, I appreciate you. Before we leave, we can definitely get your Instagram where people can find you and everything else too with your work. And
yeah, absolutely. And thanks to Black Men in, Black Men in Tech in general, I have Dunnie on Instagram, so at DUNNIE. Cool. And you can find everything else from there.
Cool. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Yep.